If you spend 5 minutes searching for passive income strategies, you will see the same recurring fantasy: a laptop, a beach, and thousands of dollars rolling in while you sleep. In reality, 90% of what gets sold to you as passive income functions as a low-paying second job. The math of wealth building requires a specific trade. To generate money without labor later, you must provide a massive upfront sacrifice today. You either pay for it with intense capital, or you pay for it with intense specialized labor. This upfront cost acts as the foundation for your asset. Once that asset is complete, it performs the heavy lifting, successfully separating the hours you work from the money you make. The trap most people fall into is chasing a trendy business model they see on social media without inventorying their bank account or skill set. If you pick a method based on hype rather than a candid assessment of your resources, you risk wasting months of your life for zero financial leverage. Financial freedom comes down to a single choice: identifying which upfront cost you can actually afford to pay right now. To find your exact match, we have to divide the working world into 3 distinct profiles: the cash-rich professional, the high-expertise specialist, and the tech-savvy builder. This flowchart represents your decision framework. Everything stems from your primary resource: capital, knowledge, or digital skills. The cash-rich professional, with high salary but no free time, takes the capital path. This is Category 1, buying income-producing assets requiring zero physical labor. This chart shows Stream 1, dividend-paying index funds. You buy a fund holding the top 500 companies, which pay out profits quarterly. Notice the flat investment arcing upward. That's a DRIP, dividend reinvestment plan. Payouts automatically buy more shares, scaling wealth through compound interest. Stream 2 is fractional commercial real estate. Buying an apartment complex takes a massive down payment and subjects you to phone calls about broken pipes at midnight. Real estate investment trusts, or REITs, allow you to buy shares of commercial property on the stock market, giving you the cash flow without the property management. By law, REITs must distribute at least 90% of their taxable income back to their shareholders. You get the rent checks while a management company handles the maintenance. Stream 3 is automated yield and peer-to-peer lending. If you leave your emergency fund in a standard checking account, inflation ensures your money loses purchasing power every single year. Moving those reserves into high-yield automated accounts or vetted peer-to-peer platforms changes the equation. In P2P lending, you act as the fractional bank for borrowers. You take on a calculated risk, and your liquid cash generates a predictable return 24/7. Category 1 requires the least amount of maintenance. It is the purest set-and-forget model available. However, if you are living paycheck to paycheck, this strategy remains inaccessible until you build significant capital. That brings us to the high-expertise specialist. You might not have $50,000 lying around, but you hold deep technical knowledge from years in your industry. Looking back at our framework, you belong on the knowledge path. The strategy here involves taking your specialized brainpower and digitizing it into educational or operational assets that can be sold an infinite number of times. Stream 4 is B2B course licensing. Selling $50 courses to beginners requires constant marketing. Licensing a premium curriculum to corporate training departments, business to business, generates massive recurring contracts. You build the educational architecture once. The corporation pays you a royalty every single time they use your framework to train a new cohort of employees. Stream 5 is localized digital products. The English-speaking market for business templates and software tools is often overcrowded. You can bypass that saturation by translating proven operational frameworks into emerging market languages, like Spanish or Hindi. This taps into a massive buyer pool with significantly lower competition. Stream 6 is evergreen self-publishing through Amazon KDP. To be clear, do not use AI to turn out low-quality fiction. The market is flooded with that material, and the algorithms penalize it. The profitable route involves finding a highly specific, permanent problem in your profession and writing the definitive guide on how to solve it. Because the problem is permanent, professionals will search for your solution and buy your book for years without you ever having to update it. Digitizing your expertise removes the need for startup capital. The trade-off is that your profit depends on your ability to solve high-value problems in niches that aren't already overwhelmed with competitors. Our final profile is the tech-savvy builder. You have the time, the digital literacy, and the stamina to build automated online systems. You belong on the digital skills branch. Category 3 focuses on creating digital leverage. You use software algorithms and platform mechanics to handle the daily operations of your business. Stream 7 is authentic asset licensing. The internet is currently flooded with synthetic AI-generated images. As a direct result, corporate demand for authentic, real-world photography and video has increased. You capture high-quality media once and upload it to major stock agencies. Media buyers pay for the rights to use your captures, the platform handles the financial transactions, and you collect a passive payout. Stream 8 is micro SaaS acquisitions. Coding a software as a service company from scratch is notoriously difficult. Buying a tiny existing software tool on a marketplace is often mathematically safer. When you acquire an existing micro SaaS, you skip the hardest phase of business, convincing the very first customers to trust you. You step into established monthly recurring revenue and focus on maintenance. Stream 9 is niche print-on-demand automation. Selling physical products normally means buying thousands of units upfront and dealing with shipping boxes. Print-on-demand eliminates this. This process flow illustrates the automation. You create the digital design. When a customer orders, a third-party supplier automatically prints the item, packs it, and ships it. You never touch the inventory. You just collect the profit margin in the middle. Stream 10 is digital real estate, specifically through evergreen educational YouTube content. A high-value educational video acts like a digital employee. You record the lesson once. Because it answers a specific search query, YouTube serves it to viewers and pays you a share of the ad revenue for years after the original upload date. Digital leverage yields automated cash flow, but understand the reality. It requires constant technical vigilance to defend your systems against shifting platform rules and algorithm updates. Attempting to execute all 10 of these streams simultaneously is a fast path to burnout. To begin, identify your single primary resource: liquid capital, specific industry knowledge, or digital build time. This scorecard maps your specific situation to its most logical destination. High salaries align with Category 1. Deep professional expertise aligns with Category 2. Digital hustle aligns with Category 3. Achieving leverage means abandoning the shiny objects that don't fit your current reality. If you don't have capital, stop looking at REITs. If you don't have technical skills, move past micro SaaS. Pick your lane. Choose the upfront sacrifice you are willing to make today so you can build the asset that pays you tomorrow. Financial freedom follows a predictable mathematical sequence. You trade your strongest current asset,